Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dare I say, the O's are fine, Kevin?
You should, man. What a bounce back. Orioles pick up a massive win in Cleveland, by the way, which again, they do not play well historically there. 9-5, and that's what the Orioles did today. Their job, 9-5, went to work, did their thing.
I love
that. In the win column for the second straight game, we'll talk about the young stars. We'll talk about the prince that was promised in Eloy Jimenez, who is just raking for the Orioles.
My guy.
Unbelievable. Hi, Mom. Exactly. We'll talk about Jackson Holliday. We'll talk about Corbin Burnes. We got a lot to dive into, but really appreciate everybody for being here. I know it's an exciting time right now. The Orioles, after losing the first two in Cleveland, they pull out the series split, and that's best case scenario. This is Kevin and Zach React. This is our last stream on the Ryan Ripken Show channel. So if you have been with us, you know that we are moving on to not moving on, but we're going to a new channel. This is still part of the Ryan Ripken Media Empire. We are just branching off into a separate show. So the Ryan Ripken Show is the main show, and then off of that is the Kevin and Zach React Show. So it is us doing this show. So I will put the link to the channel to Kevin and Zach React. So again, this is like kind of the last call type of moment. This is the night before, or 2 nights before the housewarming party, I guess, for the new channel.
And real fast, I'm still dealing with internet issues, the storm. So if my internet gets atrocious, people let me know and I can go back on my phone and do that whole experiment over again. But Kevin, we warned them. We told them, Kevin, specifically, do not let Gunnar get his swagger back. And what did they do, Kevin? What did they do? They allowed him to get hot. Not only did they allow Gunnar to get hot, they allowed Jackson Holliday, number one prospect in baseball. Kid got comfortable in the league. That's over. Then you have Adley Rutschman with 2 massive RBI, or actually 3 RBIs, 2 massive hits today. Actually, was it 3 RBIs? It was 3 RBIs, 3 massive RBIs today, all come with 2 outs. This is what we've been waiting for, Kevin. We told them not to let this team get hot, not to let them get comfortable again. They're playing fun baseball. They're having fun again, Kevin. I'm having fun again, Kevin. And the biggest, most important thing to happen today is Josh Naylor hit a 3-run home run to bring the game within 1 in the 5th inning. And if this was the Orioles of the past month and a half, that was game over. No point in playing the rest of the game because the Guardians would have come back and won it, but not today. Not with the way these Baltimore Orioles are playing. They're going out there. They're responding. They scored runs in 5 innings today. Whenever the Cleveland Guardians pulled close, they went out and extended the lead. This was fun. This was fun, Kevin. This is the team that I love and know that they can go out there and win a World Series.
Yeah, the Orioles are at their peak. They're the most dangerous when they are having fun. And we talked about during that big stretch they had, struggling baseball. They were going through it. Vibes were non-existent. And they were in their heads. You could tell from Gunnar to Adley to everybody, they were in their heads. But it feels like they've broken through in some way, shape, or form. This was a good baseball game. We haven't necessarily said that a ton over the last month or so. But you know what? The fact that they got it and they got the split against who a lot of people are calling the best team in the American League in the Cleveland Guardians, to be able to do it and after being down 0-2 in the series and to be able to come back and split and your offense starts to hum and Jackson has been this new life that has come into this offense. Gunnar's getting his swagger back. Adley's getting it. Jimenez has come in and has been incredible. Colton has been incredible as a leadoff spot. I mean, this is this is the team that we were hoping.
This is what
to
they
see.
were doing. This is what we hoped for. This is like think about this. Jackson Holliday solo home run followed by in the same inning, Gunnar Henderson 2-run shot. Like this is what we were hoping for. It's like a fever dream. Like that's what was promised to us at the beginning of this season. You hope we'd be in a situation where Jackson Holliday extends the lead with a bomb. Then 2-3 batters later, here comes Gunnar Henderson playing like an MVP again. I feel like I know people said it. He was getting hot before, but that double yesterday that he stretched out and got in, and the fire that you saw Gunnar display in that moment, that's when it changed. That's when it went from Gunnar's heating up to Gunnar's back. And if Gunnar, Adley, Holliday, Cowser, like Tony, 15 hits. Like this team, the entire team was producing. Didn't matter if it was the starter. Didn't matter if it was the bullpen. These guys went out there, put together quality at bat after quality at bat after quality at bat. And what did they do? Yes, they hit some long balls, but they scored a lot of runs without doing it. Manufacturing runs, 2-out RBIs. It was everything you hope to see from this Baltimore offense, all in one. And let me tell you, Kevin, we've said it before. It's all about getting hot at the right time. Baltimore plays like this. If Baltimore plays like this, Corbin Burnes' worst start of the year, Kevin. It's not even close. And he won. He won. This team plays like this. This team can win a damn World Series.
Yeah, they can, but they have to continue playing like it. And again, the key word for this team is consistency. They've had a lot of ups this season. They've had downs this season too. But if they can kick it into gear here for this stretch run and keep that going into the playoffs, again, you don't have to be the best regular season team, but you got to be the best team in the playoffs. And so if this is the way that they play, again, we were talking about it in those first 2 games against Cleveland. If that's the way they were playing, they weren't going to win in the playoffs. But if they play like this, they do have a chance to go all the way. We have a couple of donations to get to here. First of all, from Joe Daddy, appreciate you for the $10. Talk about the balls and strikes. This whole series, man, with the umpiring. It's one thing if the zone is off, Zach. It's another if it feels like it's all going in one team's direction, and that's what it felt like.
Kevin, the Holliday ones earlier this series were bad. When that bases loaded 3-2 count on Ryan O'Hearn and the ball was 8 inches off the plate called for a strike, I cannot say the things that I screamed into the universe. I didn't even expect to. Like, I verbally just screamed a bunch of things I can't say on this because I was like, how do you? And it was just pathetic, but they got the win, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, it was brutal. And again, it's one thing if like the zone is off for both teams and like both teams are getting the calls one way or the other, but it didn't feel that way. It felt like the pitches that the umpires weren't giving Orioles pitchers, they were giving to Guardians pitchers and vice versa. And that's the frustrating part where like umpires are never going to be perfect, but at least call the game consistently and call it both ways. And
I'm just pinning this. Continue your conversation.
Yeah, and some of the balls and strikes that we saw the Orioles hitters get were just 3 inches, 4 inches off the plate. And like that's ridiculous. I mean, this is Jackson already said this is the best league in the world, and we're getting calls like this in the best league in the world. That cannot happen. It can't happen. So it was frustrating.
No, and a lot frustrating about the umping. Towards the end, I'm not gonna lie, they started giving us some. And I just kind of looked at I looked at my computer because I don't have any internet or anything right now. I had to hotspot stream it again. I just was like, sorry, like, don't feel bad at all. Like, we've had the exact same things happening to us. So, yeah, aside from umping, a great series. And I think we have another one. Appreciate you, Laura. Subscribe to the new channel, Kevin and Zach React. very true. We really appreciate if you would. And Laura, we appreciate the donation. Kevin, something I kind of saying how's my connection?
Well,
this is a very close one.
That comment says it all. It isn't horrendous. I mean, you're blurry and pixelated, but you've gone out twice for like 3 to 5 seconds, and then you've come back.
Right. Maybe I bring back the phone for a little bit. We'll see.
Okay. I mean, if you want, we can have double Zach Bollinger on the screen.
Just two Zachs, just in case.
Yeah, we can have like it's
you, me, so true.
You.
So true.
Yeah. But yeah. Again, I'll keep plugging it here because this is our last stream on the Ryan Ripken Show channel. Just like Laura said, if you're new to the show. Okay, all right. If you're new to the show, be sure to hit like and subscribe. We do the Ryan Ripken Show Mondays and Thursdays, so that is with the whole crew. Obviously, Ryan is there, but this is a subsection of Ryan Ripken Media called Kevin and Zach React. We do post-game shows. Every single Orioles game, we're going to start doing them for Ravens games as well when the time comes. But we're moving over to a new channel. We just hit 1,000 on that channel last night. So again, really appreciate everybody. So if you're watching on the Ryan Ripken Show channel, again, almost 150 people watching on the Ryan Ripken Show channel. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button over on the Kevin and Zach React channel. It is in the description if you're watching this back, or I just put it up on the screen. It is in the chat. So really appreciate that as we continue to move over so we can just clean up the Ryan Ripken Show channel and have our first subsection of Ryan Ripken Media, which is important. And yes, Aviator hits the nail on the head right here. Kevin and Zach React, a subsidiary of the Ryan Ripken Media empire. All right, let's talk about this game a little bit more. Let's talk about Corbin. Let's talk about Corbin because, as Zach alluded to, this was Corbin's worst start of the season. He had in terms of runs, gave up 4 earned, 5 total on that 3-run shot to Josh Naylor towards the end there. He gave up 7 hits, had 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Corbin is an incredible pitcher. And the fact that this was his by far worst start of the season is, says a lot about how well he's done. But to have that be his worst is just a huge kudos to how good he's been all season. But the fact is the offense gave him run support. So even after he gave up the 4, and shout, yes, Steve as well. Great point here. Congrats to Burnes for the 1,000 career strikeouts. Absolutely. But it's incredible because, again, he didn't have like his A+ stuff today. But he is still unreal. One of these best pitchers in baseball. So, Zach, are you? Oh, my.
Why?
Oh, there.
Are we? Oh, I can now see how pixelated I am.
Yeah, I mean, the video doesn't matter that as long as the audio is good, that's fine. Like you work through the pixelations.
Yeah, wow, I am pixelated. I'm now watching on my computer while I'm watching or talking on my phone. So I have a lot going on right here, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, let's talk about this game a little bit.
Yeah, well, I was just talking about Corbin. I don't know if you heard. We kind of talk about that a little bit, but again, his worst start of the season. But when this is his worst start of the year, it speaks to how good he's been the entire season. And the offense, and actually Orange Corner with a great point. Yeah, Cube, what a win here. But Orange Corner saying the lineup gave him the support, but the bullpen slammed the door shut to support him as well. Mm-hmm. And you talked about how the offense kept coming back, right? They responded. And whenever Corbin gave up runs, the offense responded in a huge way. So not Corbin's best start today. In fact, his worst of the year, but didn't matter because the Orioles won, just like you talked about a little earlier.
Yeah, and what did we kind of say? I know this isn't going to be directly about Corbin to start, but we said the most important thing for Zach Eflin last night was giving the Orioles an opportunity with Corbin Burnes on the mound to go get a win. Now, I did not expect for Corbin Burnes to give up 4 earned runs, 5 runs total through 5 innings. Usually if that happens, I'm not going to lie, Kevin, I'm chalking it up as a loss. You just think if Corbin's not having his A stuff, probably losing that game. But it's a, how do I want to put this? It's just nice to see after all the times that Corbin would pitch 6-7 innings of 1-2 run ball and we got him no run support and get no decision. Like, it's nice to see him have an off day and the offense and bullpen pick him up, because this wasn't his good stuff. He'll probably say this is his worst start of the year, and for him to be able to pull out a win still either way, that's all that matters, and a win's a win. You know, the Orioles got to win. I would say the most impressive split of the season. This was massive for everyone, so couldn't be more exciting. Even with a tough Corbin start, for them to be able to accomplish the win and the offense do what they did, the bullpen looked the way that they did, sky's the limit.
Yeah, and again, the fact that we're sitting here and saying, "Oh, Corbin was so bad today, he gave up 4 earned runs," and this again, like the stuff that we're used to from Corbin is 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Like, Corbin was not bad by like a lot of people's standards today. Like, this was just whatever type of start. But for Corbin, with the expectations he has, this was kind of like a whoa. Like, you don't expect that, because with Corbin, you expect greatness every time he's out on the mound. So he's an incredible pitcher, and really, it was the 3-run shot, and his stuff was not like the A+ he's on his game, like 100% Corbin stuff, but it was still like decently good. Like, it was still pretty good. It was just, It's not the Corbin that everybody is used to, and that's where I think, especially the reactions, it was, oh, this is so shocking because this isn't Corbin. But again, Corbin is so elite that you expect it's the Lamar thing almost. If you're talking about like a Baltimore sport, the Baltimore sport comparison, so like Lamar can have a medium game by a lot of people's standards, and people think it's bad because again, you expect greatness out of him. It's the same stuff for Corbin.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at it. If now it was a tough play, but Corbin got Jose Ramirez to ground out or ground ball to third base with 2 outs in that inning. If Coby Mayo, it would have been an incredible play. I'm not blaming Coby Mayo, but he had 2 pitches to Jose Ramirez that went a total of like 45 feet combined, and it led to 4 runs. I mean, it really is funny when you look back at it. If those 2 become outs, he doesn't throw that 1 ball away, we could be sitting here and Corbin only gave up 1 to 2 runs this game, and then it's a completely different conversation, and it's Orioles' dominant win instead of, oh, they made it close for a second, the Orioles pulled it off. But at the end of the day, like we said, if you win a game like this from Corbin Burnes, that's as big of a win as ever, because you don't expect to see this much at all.
Yeah, and Biohack asking the question, is this the only start he only allowed more than 3 runs? Yes, I believe this is the first.
I think he's had 2. He allowed 4 a few, I think earlier, a few weeks ago.
I thought this was his, maybe I got it confused because it was 5 runs, but only 4 earned.
Yeah.
Let me look up the Burnes.
Well, that's the thing. It might have been he gave up multiple. Yeah. Okay. So Biohack just said the other one was Texas. He gave up 4 that game. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So
still, incredible.
I'll take it. We haven't. I mean, we've referenced it a few times, but we got to talk about it. The man of the hour. The reason this offense is getting its swagger back. Eloy Jimenez. Exactly. The guy we all expected it to be. Eloy Jimenez, yes, is changing my life too. Eloy Jimenez is using the whole field. Do you know how screwed the rest of the league is? I'm telling you right now, Eloy Jimenez has some talent. It's hard to get up and go try to play your hardest and win games in Chicago, where they have lost 20 straight games. Eloy's coming here. He's having fun again.
Yeah.
He's having fun. He's producing, and he's going the opposite way. If Eloy Jimenez is hitting the opposite way, this league is screwed, Kevin. This league is screwed.
Well, I'll ask the question. Is Eloy Jimenez the early steal of the trade deadline? And the answer could be yes, but it also could be no if you want to put Zach Eflin's name in that conversation too. So, for Jimenez, and I actually on the celebration stream, I talked about this, and shout out to Rick. You know, he asked for like a scouting report on all the trades the Orioles made the guys. But Jimenez is a 270 career hitter. This isn't like he's a 230 guy and like he is a pure like strikeout or homer or bust guy. Like he can hit for contact. He's just not a 310 hitter career. Like he can put the ball in play. Yes, exactly.
That's his whole thing. If he stays healthy, he's good.
That was the key. And we had talked about it, you know, in the reaction when we initially reacted to the trade. We talked about it on the, you know, kind of days leading up to this. Is the key with Eloy is can he stay healthy and stay on the field? Yeah. Because if he can be in that DH platoon with Ryan O'Hearn again. You're not going to stick him in left or right field and make him play defense every day. You don't want to do that. But you now have opportunities with him and O'Hearn to play your matchups. And we know Brandon Hyde loves to play the matchups. The whole league does. But he looks comfortable. He looks confident. He's slapping the ball. He's finding soft spots in the defense. Like, and that's the big thing is too, is you're right. He's having fun. Like it can be tough when you are going and yours is losing game after game after game. It's like, all right, like I'm showing up to work, I'm doing whatever, and then I'm leaving. And that's what it is, especially in baseball where it's like there's no competitive goal. It's like you show up to work, well, the playoffs are out of reach. Yeah. The team is losing games. Like this isn't fun. And then he gets put on a team that is in the thick of a playoff hunt, thick of a division race. He's going to have a role, and that sometimes rejuvenates and sparks guys. And I think that's what we're seeing here from Jimenez.
Yeah. And I see Stackhouse saying, is Eloy injured? I made a comment on Discord about him jogging, but didn't know if he's legit injured or something. Stackhouse, I'm going to have to break this to everyone in the chat. If you thought Manny Machado didn't hustle, Eloy's not going to extend bases. Like that double he had today, he didn't want it to be a double until it got past the outfielder. Like he was going to just happily take his single and move on. So he's not a guy that's going to be speeding out there. He will jog pretty much anything out. So another comment asking about Sir Anthony Dominguez coming out in the 9th inning. Another guy was super weird because you had both Kimbrel and Dominguez up, and it's a 4-run game, and they decided to go Dominguez even though he was up first. Like, I was just very confused about that, but I do love how Dominguez has looked. I mean, he gave up the 2-run homer the other day, yesterday, I believe, correct? Was it yesterday or Friday?
Yesterday.
It was yesterday. So gives up that. It happens. I mean, it's going to happen. You're going to give up home runs to good teams. Love how he's responded. He's been everything I think the Orioles could have hoped for. You know, so far, I think they have higher expectations for him. Oh, man, Chicago just lost 20th straight game.
Yep. Hate to see it, but
yeah,
again,
but I'm loving him. Hit 100 again today. So he's fun to watch. He's got electrifying stuff. And people forget, I believe it was in 2021. He was kind of like the guy in Philly. He was the guy to go out there and try to win them. You know, they trusted him to go try to win the World Series and stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And the cool thing, what was I going to say? Well, between Jimenez, Dominguez, and Eflin, like you have 3 guys that were brought in and you're like, okay, they've had some history of success. They've been okay this season.
Yes.
But can they come to Baltimore and can they be that? Can they skyrocket? Can there be an uptick in production? And so the Orioles, they knew that they wanted a guy that could hit lefties. A guy that could come in and spell some of these guys and just you can play the matchups, and Jimenez can do that. But again, like we talk about how at the deadline, the Orioles, they did not make the big splash move. They didn't go out there and get a Skubal or Crochet, Flaherty, one of those big type of guys. But I think that they had a plan. They executed that plan. And not look, they brought in so many guys. I'd be shocked if every single one worked out. Like right now, Soto does not look wonderful. You know, he's had 2 appearances. He doesn't look great. But if Eflin, if Jimenez, and if Dominguez are all hits, like they're really good for them from here on out, if Rogers can be a push, like he has some good starts and some bad starts, and if Soto is not great, I still consider that a win because you get 3 winners. You get one guy that can go out there as a 4th/5th starter option and give you some quality starts. And if one bullpen option doesn't pan out the way that you would hoped, then okay. But I think that if that happens, that is a win of a trade deadline in the biggest way for the Orioles.
Yeah, massive, absolutely massive. And yeah, I mean, the jury's still out on all these guys. I mean, it is just a few games, good and bad. Love what Eflin's done. Love what Jimenez has done. Love what Dominguez has done. But I'm not giving up on Soto. I mean, Soto got outs today.
Yeah,
yes,
he was fine.
Because the Guardians were trying to stretch a single into a double. That was very but yeah, he got out. He did his job, and they avoided he avoided any. What I talk about, Kevin?
Okay.
Everyone loves to give. You asked me something?
No, you cut out for like 10 seconds, and then you rubber banded back and said, "Want to ask me something?" And I'm just like, what?
Okay, yeah. If you're new to the channel, sorry, my internet is down right now, so I'm trying to salvage this on my phone. It is horrible. This is not usually what goes down. We usually have a lot better service. Still a lot of dumb things happen here, but usually the service is better. Something I want to talk about, though, Kevin. A lot of shit talked about how Brandon Hyde manages games and stuff. Past 2 games, yesterday, pinch hits O'Hearn, pinch hits Adley, goes out, gets the lead, extends the lead. Today, in a big situation, pinch hits Ryan Mountcastle, goes out there, gets an RBI single to extend the lead. Hyder's been pushing the right buttons so far. I even disagreed completely with Austin Slater in the leadoff spot yesterday, and even that worked out. So love him or hate him, agree what he does or don't agree. But CB's right there. Hyder has been on an absolute heater, and that's what you hope to see from your managers. He's making the right calls, pushing the right buttons, and over the past 2 games, it feels like he's been pushing all the right buttons.
Yeah, I think this 2-game stretch has been his best of the season. And that is due to the bullpen decisions, letting Eflin go back out there for the 7th, which I thought was huge, and not relying on the bullpen in that situation, getting the bullpen some extra rest. You talked about the pinch hits, those decisions, which have been really good, and the guys they produced. These 2 games have been a Brandon Hyde masterclass, right? Obviously, there have been some questionable decisions over the course of the year, but every manager has those, right? And I know there are, he should be more passionate with the umpires and this, that, and the other. But if we are narrowing it down to this 2-game sample size, right? Again, there have been issues over the course of the season, right? We can acknowledge that. But if we narrow it down to these 2 games have been the best of the season for Brandon Hyde. And it's been refreshing to watch because, again, he has the feel for the game. He's getting guys in. And did he solve Adley's slump, getting him in there with the triple? I mean, last night, is that something that, could have happened? So shout out to Brandon Hyde for these past 2 games. He has been, and New Age says it here. He's been in his bag. He absolutely has. Okay, Kevin, I think we've been avoiding, we've talked about a lot, but I think it's time to talk about the real subject. Jackson Holliday is here. Birch Smith. You're right. Birch Smith, baby. Coming in, getting the outs. But Jackson Holliday, dude. Jackson Holliday using the entire field, working counts, showing the power. On that walk in his final at bat, he just missed another double opposite field off the wall. If he gets a little height on it over to the right, maybe it's a homer. I mean, the guy is smashing the baseball. His single was 105 off the bat. 3 straight multi-hit games for the kid, baby. 3 straight. Yeah. I mean, how does that not fire you up? Like, just his approach, his comfortableness, the way he
is carrying himself is so different this time than the first time. He goes up with confidence, and it feels like right now he falls behind 0-2. In that last at bat, falls behind, and you're thinking, okay, what's going to happen? This is something where previously, and there was a 2-2 pitch, and Gillespie threw a disgusting, I believe it was a curveball, just drops out of the zone. Holliday, check swing, and even Ben McDonald made a comment about it. He said that right there is the difference, because last stint, Jackson Holliday striking out on that. He takes that pitch, works it 3-2, fouls off the next one, takes the next one for a walk. The kid is he's got his confidence back. He feels comfortable in the majors, and it gets me fired up, if you couldn't tell, Kevin.
Yeah, and look, it's the stuff we've been saying for the past couple of days here. We said it last night. We said it a couple of days ago. But I think Fat O's fan kind of puts it really well here, saying that he's reaping the benefits of coming up, getting the feet wet, going back down, getting the reset, coming back up, and putting it all together. And that's not the path for everybody, right? Some guys come up, they just immediately produce, and that's what it is. But for a lot of these guys, there is a major league adjustment, regardless of how lauded you are as a prospect, how much fanfare you have coming up. And again, I had made this point, I think maybe on the celebration stream or a couple nights ago, of there are no more cameras in his face like there were the first time, right? The first time he came up, this big, huge prospect, Jackson Holliday, coming up, and he's, just a couple weeks down in the minor leagues after not making the roster. And, that Jackson Holliday stream we had, Zach, when he got sent down initially, like when he didn't make the opening day roster, that was one of our biggest streams we've ever had, because there was all that hype around him. And then he got called up, and that other stream that we had was one of the biggest streams we've ever had, because there was that hype. But the cameras are now down. He can just go out there and focus on playing baseball. He had the first experience. I do agree where it's like he had the struggles. Were they needed? Were they not? I mean, I think it was part of the process. I don't think, there's an answer of were they needed or not. I just think that, this was his path. And there was too much talent for Jackson to never make an impact, to be a bust, right? We heard the name or the word bust thrown out a lot when he was in that first stint. But he is only how many years old, Zach? He's only
20 years old.
20 years old. 20 years old. He has such a long way to go. He still has so much more improvement to make. But this Jackson Holliday is the Jackson Holliday everybody expected. He looks like a big leaguer, and that's because he is a big leaguer.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. And real fast, I see Adita asked, why hasn't Heston played a game with Norfolk since he was sent back? I truly think that this means that the whole time that they sent him down because they didn't think he was right from the concussion.
Yeah, I think they're getting him rest.
Yeah, I think they are resting him until he gets a hard reset, and then we'll kind of restart that and his process to come back to the team. Because Heston was mauling the baseball before the hit in the head, and afterwards he was missing fastballs that usually he's roping for doubles, for homers. He was swinging at balls that you were just like, that's not Heston Kjerstad. He didn't look the same. He looked uncomfortable at the plate, looked fooled. Mostly, he was a little delayed in everything he did. He just didn't look the same. And I'm happy that he's kind of getting a reset down there. It would have been, honestly, for me, it would have been weirder if they sent him down and he was just starting every day, because that's like, okay, what are we, what's the point? But I think it's pretty easily now that, speculate that they will that it's mostly to do with his concussion.
Yeah. For sure. And we have frequent fan of the show, Ryan Ripken, coming on and saying tomorrow seems like a great day for him to break down Jackson Holliday. So might have to get on that. We have the Ryan Ripken show. We're going to be live from the studio tomorrow. I don't think we have a time yet. But yeah, we will.
It's an off day. We have an off day tomorrow. So
woo. Again, so yeah, since this is the final show on the Ryan Ripken Show channel for us in terms of Kevin and Zach React, we will be back at it on Tuesday only from the new channel. So again, if you are new here to either the Ryan Ripken Show or Kevin and Zach React, Be sure to, again, subscribe to the Ryan Ripken channel for the Ryan Ripken Show Monday and Thursday, but also for your post-game needs here, Orioles post-games, Ravens post-games, other reactions. Be sure to subscribe to the new channel. It is there in the comments, and then it will be down below in the description if you are watching this back, because we're moving completely over to that channel to clean up the Ryan Ripken Show channel and be the first break-off show. So we'll still be a part of everything with the Ryan Ripken Media, right? We're not going anywhere with that, but just a new channel. So again, we want to get the word out. So if you want to head over there, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, we would really appreciate that as well.
Would love it. And then did we get to Adit's super chat? Or just one?
No, we didn't. All right, Adit, appreciate you.
I can't see.
Oh, yeah. It says Rogers has a 3.14 ERA against AL playoff teams. So hopefully it's sign of good things to come.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason that they got him. They've seen how he pitches against these AL playoff teams, and they like what they see. I think that they deep down do still really like Trevor Rogers. And, I mean, obviously they do because they gave up Stowers and Norby for him. So they must see something going well there that they can hopefully mold, and hopefully maybe he gets something kind of started before the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, I'd like to give him more than one start before we go out there and say, oh, you know, this is terrible. This is terrible. And we should, because it's not fair to just give him one start and that's it. There are some trends, though. I know he struggles with the command and, you know, hasn't really been great outside of his rookie season and then the past 11 starts prior to his first Orioles start. But if he can give you, again, like some good starts, some bad starts as your fourth, fifth option, and the other three guys can be major hits, then okay. Like, obviously, I think with the package that they gave up for him, he has the biggest expectations because they didn't give up a Norby Stowers package for Eflin, and then give up a Norby Stowers package for Jimenez, right? Like, those guys, their value based off the packages they gave up is already, like, awesome. And it's only been a couple of games. But for Rogers, it's like, what does he need to do to live up to the Norby Stowers package? That is going to be that's going to be the interesting question for me. And yeah, I say, look, it's harsh to judge him on the first start in a new clubhouse 3 hours after arriving and meeting everyone. Again, I do want to give it a couple more starts, right? Again, we can acknowledge start wasn't great, right? It wasn't great when he started a couple of days ago, but I would like to give him more time to adjust. And Biohack with an interesting question or comment here for the playoffs. I think it'll be Holliday, Gunnar at the top of the order. Zach, do you think they use if he continues what he's doing? If he continues this stretch, are you putting him in that leadoff spot?
I don't think it's up to Holliday. I think it's up to Cowser. I'm still going to say that. If Cowser's hitting this way, if Cowser's still hot, don't take him out of the leadoff spot. But I do think we've said this before. Holliday is, I think, the eventual leadoff hitter. Gunnar at the two. Maybe we see something where, you know, it's Cowser or a Holliday first, then you see a Cowser or the other one batting second. I think Gunnar hopefully stays in that 3 hole. I love the Cowser Tony 1-2 punch right now. That kind of simping on that, if I'm being honest. But I love it. Think about this though, Kevin. When was the last time we had to decide between this many talented players that could hit leadoff? You know, so many teams have to search for a leadoff hitter because nothing's going right. The Orioles seem, at worst, Gunnar Henderson can lead off. You have Jackson Holliday. You have Colton Cowser. You have so many options to lead off. It's incredible. And before I get into, or here, actually, first, do you want to give your kind of thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think that, you know, Cowser will be the guy until he's not. But if it is not, I think it's Holliday. And we can even talk about like Enrique, right? When he eventually, hopefully gets up to the major leagues and he's doing his thing. Is that a guy you consider for the leadoff? Do you move guys around? But it's not even just the leadoff thing here, Zach. Like now that Holliday's up, hopefully Mayo's going to find his groove sometime here soon. But with those two guys, if Jackson can continue doing his thing and if Mayo can find something to have those guys, even if you stick with Colton at 1, and then you have Mayo and Holliday towards the middle / bottom of the order, that turn of the lineup is going to be insane. To have Colton already doing his thing, Jackson doing his thing. You have options in terms of who you want to put in the 2-hole. Is it Tony? Are they going to give that spot to Adley? Could it be Gunnar? You have, where are you going to put O'Hearn, Jimenez? Like, do you put him at like if he's doing his thing, do you move him up to 5-4?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do with him? So obviously the leadoff spot's a big topic of conversation. But I think it's everywhere in this lineup where it's just like, man, they legitimately, if everybody's playing well, they have like 2 to 3 options at every spot that you could cycle through to figure out what you want to do there.
Yeah. And Colton Cowser's still I have to check on the Yankees-Blue Jays game. I know that they were in the rain delay, but they're tied, and I'm not sure if Vladdy got a hit yet. But if he did not, that would mean Colton Cowser would have sole possession of the longest hitting streak in Major League Baseball active. So it's pretty impressive. But what I want to get into a little bit was Coby Mayo. I'm seeing some people in the comments and on Twitter asking, how long do you give him his leash for this? Obviously he doesn't have a hit yet after 3 games. This was the first game that I felt like he didn't have it, if I'm being honest. The first 2 games, nothing showed me that he wasn't ready for this opportunity. I think they're going to let Coby Mayo play this out until even potentially Westberg comes back. So Vlad is 1 for 4. So they are both still tied for the longest hitting streak. But with Coby Mayo, he looks like a professional hitter. Today was the first time that I looked at him and watched his at-bats and thought, okay, he's a little fooled out there. Before, there were stone cold takes. They were fouling balls off, taking great pitches and not swinging at pitchers' pitches. And it really, the mental side of it, I can see he's there. Like the way he's processing at bats. This was the first day where I looked at him and I was like, he's fooled. He's not having a great time. So I'm giving him a leash until Westberg's back. I think that third base is his for the foreseeable future until either Westberg's back or something happens.
Yeah. Again, we're only 3 games into this thing.
And he's I see Steven talking about, he's roped a few balls. He should have 2 hits already. He should realistically have 2 hits.
Yeah. And I mean, again, it's the same thing we've talked about with a lot of these guys coming up, or just new acquisitions in general. Just give him some time. And maybe this does go, he struggles a lot going, but I don't think he's struggled. Like you said, I think he's been fine. Today was just all right, you probably want more there. But I think Coby is too talented of a hitter. We talked about this with Jackson too. Even if he does struggle a little bit in his first couple games, couple weeks up, it's not going to stay that way forever. And again, once Westberg comes back, you can have those conversations based off of how Mayo is playing or not, but they're going to be without Westberg for a long time.
We'll see if Westberg comes back. We have to even see they say he'll be back, they hope, before the postseason. So he would hopefully get maybe a week or 2 before the season ends to kind of get back into a groove. But if Westberg can't play, if he can't go in the postseason, Coby Mayo is your best shot at third base, I think, to win.
Yeah. And again, it's about the defense there. How does the defense work with him? So we'll see. But again, I think just give it time. Give it time with Coby. I think it'll be okay.
Give it time. Coby Mayo's fine.
We're just going to say everyone is fine. See,
everyone's fine.
It. Mayo will be fine.
Yeah,
Mayo will be fine.
Next kind of thing I wanted to talk about. I know Ryan O'Hearn. We always talk about so many guys, all these young players. Dude, Ryan O'Hearn just consistently is just coming up and producing for this ball club, man. It just does not matter. He's just first inning, 2 outs, set the tone for the game. That RBI double was massive. It just feels like every time the Orioles need a hit, he's the one that comes out there and gets it done. Obviously, it was them pinch hit for it in Mountcastle. They get the RBI there. But I'm very happy continue continuously happy with how Ryan O'Hearn plays, because like he does nothing that I feel like you look at and you're like, that sucks. We all know he struggles against lefties, although he's been doing better. That's why you got Eloy Jimenez. If Eloy and Ryan O'Hearn are platooning together, that combines for one damn good baseball player.
Yeah.
And the O stands for oh shit, that ball smashed.
That is the there it is. Zach Ballinger with the quote. Put it on a t-shirt. Put it on a t-shirt. But yeah, I mean, O'Hearn, you got to pick up that option yesterday. Pick it up like months ago. They should have. So he's a guy that he consistently produces. We know the 2-out hits, 2-out RBIs are there for him, like we've talked about and like you said. But I mean, he's just a consistent, steady presence. Like that's what I'll go with too, because he's someone that can just get up there, and whether it's get the team out of a funk if they're having a funk offensive. He doesn't happen all the time, right? Like nobody's perfect, but is a consistent hitter in the middle of that lineup. You can't really ask for much more.
Am I still here?
It's been delayed the entire stream, a couple seconds. Now your frame has been frozen for like 10 seconds.
That's going to say no.
This is I think you're back. Maybe? Hello? Did we lose you? Okay. Well, look at this shot of him. Look at this shot. Just soft smile into the camera. Look at that. Yeah, I don't know where he went. We'll just keep talking though. Again, appreciate everybody. We have 150 people watching on the Ryan Ripken Show channel. For those who are just arriving and are new to the show, this is Kevin and Zach React. We are moving over to our full channel, our new channel, fully on Tuesday. The Orioles have an off day tomorrow, so this is the last stream that we will have on the Ryan Ripken Show channel for Kevin and Zach React. We are moving over on Tuesday. So, yeah. Everybody's saying, put me in. He'll find a way. He'll find a way back. But be sure to subscribe to the new channel if you are on the Ryan Ripken Show channel. If you would do that, we'd really appreciate it. We have live call-ins coming. We have a bunch. We're going to experiment with going live during games for some. And also, we have the 1,000 subs. We really appreciate everybody for that goal. Our next goal is 2,000 and then 2,500. Of course, at 2,400, I'm doing my 24-hour live stream on this channel. So if you want to help us get there, tell a friend, tell a family member if they're looking for either post-game Orioles reactions, post-game Ravens reactions in general, or the Ryan Ripken Show, which we go live Mondays and Thursdays from the studio. We have a lot of great guests out on the channel. We have a great Ryan interviewed his uncle, Billy Ripken, and that was awesome. Enrique Bradfield Jr. We have a lot of content coming out from that interview as well. And yeah, British Raven neighbors are going to love the live call-ins at 4 a.m. They better. They better. Love that. And Laura's excited for the new channel. Appreciate that. I see DM also is there as well, although he says no. We the reason we're moving is to clear up the Ryan Ripken Show channel, so that is just where the Ryan Ripken Show lives in that content. And the Kevin and Zach Reacts has its own thing. It's its own show with its own content as well. So that's why we're doing that. But again, if you are watching on the Ryan Ripken Show channel, would really appreciate you throwing a subscription over there as well. All right, Zach is back.
Am I back? Can you guys?
I think you were given a nice little frozen frame soft smile to the camera right before you left.
Oh, fantastic! That's all that matters.
It was a good shot. So some people,
internet,
some people get done dirty by the freeze frame. You were not done dirty by the freeze frame.
Oh, thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome. Now you were just done a little dirty.
Also, damn. Also, I just want to point out that picture that's going around the internet of Eloy Jimenez and Ryan O'Hearn walking out of the dugout, both in sunglasses. I don't think I've ever Have vibes ever been more back, Kevin? That's all I have to ask. Have vibes ever been this back? Because I feel like we're this back.
I mean, again, after how the first 2 games of that Guardian series went, if you had told me after that second game the vibes would be here now, I don't think I would have believed you. So,
no.
It isn't, and part of it is because the new guys are doing so well. Like, part of the vibes are like these guys are helping the Orioles win, and that's exactly what they were brought in to do. And you have Jackson coming up. I mean, I think the big vibes things that are happening right now, it's obviously Eloy just being a beast. It's Jackson coming up and doing his thing. Gunnar and Adley getting back on track. We have said it, and I've said this throughout the entire season. This offense is too talented to not bounce back in some way, shape, or form. And they're doing that right now. And I think that, to me, if they play this way, if the offense plays this way, it can do wonders for how they play the rest of the season. Oh,
trade accusation. Damn it. Is this maybe if I does it work better if I just go like this?
Let's see. Let me put me on the solo. Are you still here?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. All right. Let's try this. Let's see if this works.
Yeah. Let's see if this works better.
Okay. Yeah. Because maybe just with the power it has to put into you having video, maybe that's just the issue. Okay.
If Xfinity is watching this, can we get the internet back? Because like I have to like do stuff and that requires internet, and it's been really tough to go 36 hours without it.
Yeah, so last year actually, I did not have power for 5 days in at my house. My family was on a trip in Europe. I was at the house, I was watching it, and they were gone for 3 weeks, and I was watching the house for 3 weeks, and the power went. It was that huge storm, and the power went out because a line went down in our neighborhood, and there were hundreds of thousands of people with power down, and so they got to us like as last priority, and so I had a makeshift locked on Raven set up in my basement. I had my computer on like a weightlifting bench and like on boxes and stuff, and 5 days without power is brutal. We had like a mini generator that literally only powered the basement. And that's where I just did all my work from. It was brutal. It was also like 103 degrees upstairs. So.
Yeah, no, this whole no internet thing has been fantastic to deal with. But Kevin, I think we have because I don't trust my internet to stay good and I need to be here for this. I think you have a surprise for everyone for 1,000.
I do. Although actually this is working well. It's actually a lot better with you. With the video
fantastic
off.
Then.
But I do. So if you were with us last night, we hit 1,000, which again is a great milestone for us, and we really appreciate that. I'm going to keep going. But I did say I would do something crazy for the 1,000, so I did eat the rest of the spicy pickles on stream, which was I'm just cringing thinking about that right now. But I also said that in the chat, we said that I would get a fish for the tank back here because everybody, you know, I do have 11 glass fish like this. For those who are new to the channel, I have a fish tank back here. So today I went out and just literally before I got back, he's only been in this bag for like about an hour. I literally just got back with him before I started this. We have the official Kevin and Zach React fish of the show from PetSmart. It's a tequila sunrise fish, tequila sunrise guppy, because we know Ryan does love his loves his tequila. So this is going to be the official fish, wow, of Kevin and Zach React. Name to be determined. We're going to have a poll probably after Tuesday's game, win or lose, because that'll be the first show on the Kevin and Zach React channel. So yes, exactly. This is the mascot. So he'll be going right up in here with with Edgar, who was, for those who don't know, Edgar is the year-old fish of mine. He is the last survivor in that tank after bacteria ran through it for some reason. But
the fact that Mick Loafer Pants and Cube just made the exact same fish pun at the exact same time is kind of
incredible. Look at that official mascot. There you go. So yeah, there he is. You can see him. I'll try to get him. Oh my! Look at my face. This is like
Kevin. Your face behind that makes it so good. Kevin, you look fantastic, if I must say so myself.
I'm trying to like get all the face angles in here that I can.
Yeah, but we will have to figure out a name and then vote on it.
Yeah, so if anybody has any ideas, okay. So Mike says sushi or sashimi for them. Yeah, official fish. The little Don saying Rocco is the name. I've heard Owen is a name, like Owen, like O-win, like O, like Oriole, or A-win, something like that. Edgar and Poe. Well, Poe is unfortunately no longer with us. I had initially for Locked On Ravens, I had 3 fish in this tank.
Actually, you know what? That's kind of creative.
What, the Owen one? Oh. Okay. I see it. Yeah. Owen. Yep. See. Yep. Exactly. Owen right there. So that is one. Yeah. So for Locked On Ravens, I had Edgar Allan and Poe in there with a snail that was named Lamar Gary Jackson Jr. And that was all named by the Locked On Ravens community. And Poe and Allen were knocked out. Edgar survived. We got 2 new Poe and Allens. Those 2 were also knocked out by bacteria, along with Lamar Gary Jackson. And Edgar has been the lone survivor in there for a little while now. So he actually liked playing with Edgar, Allan, and Poe. The 3 like playing together. So yeah, all right. Owen is getting a lot of hype in here. So we have Oriole Finn. Yeah, Edgar is a champ, 100%. Knocked out right. That might be what the defense is doing this year for the Ravens.
Am I back? Can you?
Hello? Are you there?
Hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay. So yeah, we'll do the official poll. Well, yeah. We would do it tomorrow, but the O's have an off day, so we'll do it on our first stream on the new channel, which is Tuesday. Ooh, Finnegan is not a bad name at all. Finnegan is pretty good. Maybe so. Okay, I think Reacts is going to be one of the names on the poll because we determined that last night. Owen is going to be another one. So we have 2 more. Oh man. Oh Tom, Kevin Ostriker. Zach, do you see that? Kevin Ostriker.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We'll take you.
Oh, we might be back.
No. There we go.
Oh yeah. Maybe. That might be a winner.
Kevin. So all right, we have 3 out of 4 names for the poll. Reacts, Owen, Kevin Ostriker, and then one more. What else do we got here? Finnegan is another one. I see Gunnar. Corbin Fins is one. KZ Fins. Rip Finn. Oh, that we could maybe put Rip Finn as the last one. Do you like that one?
Okay, Rip Finn is that's good. That's clever.
Rip Finn. Okay. So
Rip Finn is
all right, so those will be the 4 poll names: Reacts, Owen, Rip Finn, and Kevin Ostriker. Is the 4. Although it'd be kind of weird having a fish that was also my name. But I think the play on words is a good one.
Yeah,
So,
having it named after you is something, but maybe
look at that color in there. You see, so he has the yellow head / body, and then the body becomes kind of black, and then his tail and fin are orange.
Should we just name it Nick Moore?
Where did that come from?
Well, I was thinking of people in the show, and I was like, what if we just like all these names, and then one of the options is just Nick Moore?
Is Nick Moore.
Pro Bowl Nick Moore, by the way, start the
Pro
hashtag
Bowl.
this year.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah. So, all right, we'll do the poll on Tuesday. We'll do that as like a celebratory opening on the new channel officially, because that'll be one we're streaming over there. But just get the gears turning, everybody, because we are going to have that. And by the way, again, we're coming up on the end of our last stream on the Kevin and Zach React Show on the Ryan Ripken Show channel. So if you're watching on the Ryan Ripken Show channel right now, again, be sure to stay tuned for everything Ryan Ripken Show on there. But we have still over 100 people watching, so if you wouldn't mind, be sure to head over and hit the like and subscribe button on the new channel, because this is it. I mean, after this, if you want your post-game reactions, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to come to the new channel anyway. So you might as well get ahead of it now, so you can do that for us. We'd really appreciate that as well. Oh man, we have Shane saying cat's name is Nick Markitty Kakis.
That's brilliant.
That is electric. Actually, my cousin has a dog, and his name is Cal Rufkin. So,
Kevin, you want to see King with the Axes? Where do I subscribe?
Yeah. So this link right here, it should be in the description too.
Yes, it is. It is in the description.
So it should be in the description. So if you're watching this back, or if you want to click on the link in the description, the channel link is also there as well. Oh, Finn Palmer. Oh, that's electric too. Oh, that's electric too.
Kevin, you might need to get like 100 fish with all these quality names.
Well, Edgar has his name. Edgar is set in stone.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You might we might have to start filling in some of these fish names with other fish. Like,
Brooks Robinson.
Like, there's some people are in their bags right now.
Dude, this is unreal. People are really in their bag. Jeez.
For every subscriber on the Kevin and Zach Reacts, Kevin will get a fish.
Oh, wow. Yeah. See, that would be that's cruelty, man. We can't have all these fish in that small tank.
No, you're also getting a massive fish tank. You're going to have an aquarium by the end of Kevin and Zach Reacts.
Dude, my dream for like a setup is to have it like, first of all, get out of this corner. Hold on. Let me put to be named later back down. He's player to be named.
It's TBA right now, to be announced. Like,
player. It's PTBNL, player to be named later.
Actually, that's a great designation.
All right, so I'm in a corner right here, right? Like, I'm in a corner. So my dream setup would be like get like a massive fish tank with like massive fish with like all the backlighting and stuff. Like, that would be my dream, to have like that massive aquarium. Yeah, exactly. FTBNL, fish to be named later. So, yeah, we're getting a lot of good fish names here, man. Oh, Kevin Brown. That's another good one.
Kevin Brown.
Yeah. So, man, this is electric. It's kind of like the end of an era here, man. I remember us starting this up, and I was at my parents' house when I did the first one. Cardinals swept the Orioles, and then I think our first series was that the White Sox series.
Yeah, it was the White Sox 4-game sweep.
Man,
because that's when you started eating the pickles, right?
Yeah, or was it Tampa? No, I think it was Chicago, then Tampa. Or was it Toronto? Now I can't remember. Well, whatever it was, we started after the Cardinals swept the Orioles, and then we kind of moved moved on to the full-time thing. And moving over to the new channel again, we always have Orioles post-game content for you. We're excited to do the live call-ins and, again, just be the first of hopefully many side shows on the Ryan Ripken Show channel, the Ryan Ripken Show media empire. And, yeah, this is what I thought. It was around the J series because Norby hit the first home run in that series. So, yeah, it was either Chicago, Toronto, or Tampa because I remember they got the 4-game sweep on Tampa. And that's when I had the
4-game sweep on the White Sox because I was at the beach for it.
Oh,
yeah, because it was against them, the White Sox, because that's when I was beer bonging for the sweep, right?
Yeah, your spicy waters.
Yeah, I think that was for the sweep. I'm 90% sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense. So, yeah. We started this off with just a plan to see how it went and see if people enjoyed the post-game content and kind of where we thought the channel would go. We thought people would like it, but, then to kind of have the idea and have so much success with it initially that we kind of, everybody had the idea to kind of move off of this channel and say, hey, let's see what this thing can do on its own and really try to give it its own wings. And then again, that will be able to keep the Ryan Ripken Show content on the Ryan Ripken Show channel, and then the Kevin and Zach Reacts content will be on the Kevin and Zach React channel. And again, to get 1,000 subscribers in a week is just incredible support. We try to be a place where you can come, you can vent your emotions, whether that is joy, happiness, sadness, anger, fear, whatever your emotion is, to be able to do that and be a safe space. And that's the key word, to be a safe space to be able to do that. So, it's been incredible to see how many people have enjoyed it, how many people have liked it, and we're keeping on going, man. The Orioles are a team that, we're going to enjoy these games. Hopefully they make it enjoyable for us and give us a great stretch down the playoffs into some great playoff baseball. But yeah, man, only onwards and upwards from here. And as we kind of close out this one, I guess, chapter of being on the Ryan Ripken Show channel and now moving over completely to the new channel, this only goes as far as the community. And the community's been incredible and awesome. And we really think that this has a lot of potential, just like the Ryan Ripken Show does. So we have a lot of content for you planned, and we're really excited for it.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I don't know when I can be heard and when I can't. So
it's all right. Keep asking for the clarification. I get you.
Yeah, but no, we appreciate everyone who tunes in, everyone who's subscribed. We think this is truly just the beginning, and there's a lot of fun ahead, a lot of things to do, a lot of things to react to, and we just hope you enjoy this journey with us.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's been great, and we're going to continue on going here. Is there anything else before we sign off here, or you think we covered everything?
Eloy Jimenez, man, it's not too late to get the MVP odds. I'm just saying.
Hey, AL
do
MVP.
That is not financial advice. Do not do that and then say I told you to.
Yeah, absolutely not. But again,
he will
Orioles,
not be winning AL MVP. I'm just going to say that now.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, if you want to put money on something, I put money on him not winning as opposed to
yes.
So the Orioles win though 9-5 after 2 games of not so great baseball. The Orioles come back and they pull off a series split with the Cleveland Guardians. We're going to be off tomorrow here on Kevin and Zach React. That does not mean we'll be off on the Ryan Ripken Show. We'll be back on Monday talking Orioles baseball, getting us some football content as well. Let's do one more conversation on the way out here. What do you think about the defense versus offense topic? I don't.
So that's So like Coby Mayo's obviously the defense hasn't been great over the past few games. Over the past, I would say 3 weeks, really. But yeah, I think guys like Coby Mayo obviously are not the massive Gold Glove caliber guys, but we've even seen guys like Marlon Urias, who has won a Gold Glove, struggling. I'm not too concerned with the defense. I know there are some guys on this team who are way better defenders than others, but I think right now Coby Mayo gives you the best chance to win all around. I think, I don't ever see Eloy Jimenez playing anywhere defensively. Cowser and Mullins, I'm very happy with in the outfield. Tony, obviously, is just as solid can get out there. Ryan Mountcastle's playing amazing. I'm not too concerned. I know Jackson Holliday's having early struggles with it, but that's another thing that I think just with time. Remember, he wasn't even playing second base a week and a half ago. Like, he was not able to play in the field, so he's still also getting, his comfortability back in the field.
Yeah. And he's orange corner here saying with Cowser, Gunnar, Adley, Holliday, Tony performing so well offensively, do we keep Mullins and Mounty at center field / first base in October? I would. I think you do. And again, if there are pinch hitting opportunities, the lineup will look different during the playoffs as well, too. Like, it's not just going to be run out your same 1 through 9 every single game. Like, you will play matchups, you will play momentum. Like, that will be what it is. But I mean, the Orioles have struggled pretty badly defensively for a lot of the season in a lot of spurts. So I think having the Orioles, when the offense is on, they have enough offense. Like, when guys like Cowser and Gunnar and Adley and Holliday, if all those guys are performing, you can, and again, it's not like Mullins and Mounty are like just black holes offensively. Mullins obviously was at the start of the season, but he has since come out of that. Mounty goes through stretches, but I think that you would rather have those guys on the field and in the lineup as opposed to the alternatives, in my opinion. So I get that there are some struggles with Mountcastle in some areas, right? And that's stuff that we can talk about. But I do think that you want to keep him in, at least me personally. Like, are you moving him out of the lineup, Zach?
Mountcastle? No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. So I think that the Orioles, when everybody, and especially with now, like with Jimenez and everything, and O'Hearn, if they can hit in tandem together, the Orioles have enough offense. I think you want to be able to get some of your defensive guys in there as well. So, I mean, I think you got to be able to have everybody play, but you want to have it be within reason of, like, if a guy is struggling, get him out of the line. Because playoffs, you don't get like do-overs. You don't get like months and months of playoff baseball. Like, you have to play momentum a lot more in the playoffs than you do in the regular season. But I still think that, and even if it is here, Mounty is the 8 and Mullins is the 9. Like, if you move Jackson up in the order and, Jimenez is doing his thing in that's fine.
I think Mullins is going to be 9 by playoffs. I think without doubt he'll be that second leadoff guy at number 9.
Yeah. And again, is everybody in this lineup going to be a 300 hitter? No, that's just not what it is. But if they can get on base somewhat consistently and they're not going 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts every game, it's enough to keep them there because of their defensive prowess. So, especially a guy like Mullins, who I think has come on, especially since the middle of June. And I see the stat here coming into today's game, said he was hitting 268 with 333 on base percentage. I think that's what it was since June 1st, which again, if that's the stat, that's fine. As a 9 guy, that's fine to me. So
yeah, you take that every day of the week.
100%. But all right, I think we're going to get out of here, man. This is the end of an era. This is our last sign off from the Ryan Ripken Show channel. Again, for those who want your post-game reactions, I'll plug it one more time. We are moving fully over to the Kevin and Zach React channel starting on Tuesday. The Orioles are off tomorrow, but we will have the Ryan Ripken Show tomorrow, so be sure to stay tuned for that. We will be back here on the Kevin and Zach React Show on Tuesday, so if you want post-game reactions, be sure to subscribe to the new channel, like the new channel. We'll have other short and long-form content as well over there. So this is it, Zach. How does it feel moving over to the new channel? U-Haul has officially been unloaded.
It feels good, Kevin. It feels good. I wish I could be on screen for it, but this will have to do.
Here, we'll Zach Ballinger, everybody, in the flesh.
Whoop, whoop. I look better
that.
at this angle.
Yeah, we can even see your voice inflections there. Look at that. Whenever you talk, we can.
I know. Wow, StreamYard's doing so well.
Wow, look at that. So, all right, for Kevin and the voice of Zach, we'll sign off here.
I like that. The voice of Zach.
Yeah. the
Zach
voice
Ballinger
of Zach.
playing Zach Ballinger.
Yeah, literally. But we'll sign off here. Appreciate everybody. Again, we'll be back on Tuesday for Kevin and Zach React, and then we will be back tomorrow for the Ryan Ripken Show. We got a ton of content coming your way, so we have everything, Orioles, Ravens, whatever it may be, sports. Be sure to keep it locked in here on Kevin and Zach React and the Ryan Ripken Show. All right, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow in studio. Don't have a time yet, but of course, we'll keep you updated on that. Ryan Ripken Show coming to you in full swing. All right, Zach, you want to send us off here with a chihuahuas? And he's gone.